know why I feel this way. Every day I wanna run away. I think I'll go back to that place I stay. Play on the server the TimeShot way.
Today, I'm actually using a brand new microphone. This is something that I paid out of my own pocket. Just what we had. I paid for this mic out of my own pocket. It wasn't from donations. But I decided that it was just something that I needed to buy. Something that I wanted to get for recording vocals more so than just using a headset or anything like that. So it's an Audio-Technica 2020 USB condenser mic. Say that 10 times fast. And basically, it's a little bit better, I find, in sound quality than just a standard headset microphone. Now, obviously, this is very new to me. I have not been able to calibrate it properly, I think. Like, literally, right before I was hitting the record button, I was playing around with the settings to see if I could somehow get it to sound right, and I did like 60 different audio tests, and I don't know, the guy who sold it to me said that it does have a built-in pop filter, but if I say words like help or even saying hello people it's poet, you know, some of those words sometimes, not every time, but sometimes they pop, and that to me is just kind of unacceptable. There's one thing that I've always said when people ask for advice for doing YouTube videos and stuff, and it's always been, number one is make sure you have a good mic. Make sure that your mic is perfect in every way possible. And so if there's like a little bit of a pop, I don't think that I would like that. I definitely would have a problem with that. So obviously that's something that I'll have to work on, but I'm just basically doing this as a test right now. Probably 90% of you won't notice any kind of a difference at all to how I sound, but I will probably notice the difference. And number two, I probably, like I said, I won't use this for all recordings and stuff. This is going to be more for like special recordings. If we're doing, I don't know of a situation really where I would, like off the top of my head, that I would need like more than the other mic, this kind of mic. But I'm thinking more for when I'm doing a singing part or vocals or something to that effect, where the vocals are just a little bit more important than what I can get out of a headset, which has come up. It really has, where I'll be doing something, even just for like my singing of the intro to this series. It's something where I sing it into my headset mic, and I think to myself, man, you know, I could get away with so much better if I actually spent money on a mic. So now I finally have a mic, and I'll use it whenever I need to. As I said, it won't be a very standard thing. I'll probably be switching back to my headset mic simply because it's going to be the easiest thing to use. But you never know, you know, if I really, really like the way that it sounds when I hear it back. I haven't even really heard it back yet in a recording, especially not a long recording. But depending on how it sounds when I hear it back, if there's a lot of popping and stuff, then I'll probably switch to my headset. If it sounds really good, then I might stick with it. It's not really intrusive. It's not really in my face too much. And I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, obviously, yeah, I'd invest in a pop filter. The guy said it came with one, but I don't believe him, or he was wrong, or it's just not good enough for as close as we need the mic for recording video games. So, I'm going to get a pop filter more than likely. They're very cheap, so I'll probably pick one up. But yeah, that's kind of just to update you on the sound. I wanted to get that out of the way first, just in case you're like halfway through the video and then I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, this is why I sound so terrible. Or good, you know, it could be good. I don't know. I haven't heard it yet. Either way, I did have a topic that I wanted to talk about, And I think what I want to do, I have to dig out a room, so I might just do that. I've got 21 levels. It's not enough to do anything with. But I want to dig out a room, and it's going to be a cow room. I need some cows because I need some leather. And I need some leather because I need some books. And I need some books because I want some bookshelves. And I want some bookshelves because I want to decorate a little bit around the place. And so I thought that I had all of these sugarcane for the purpose of having books. Right? And again, usually, like I always say to people, like I don't really care about getting all the sugarcane that falls in there. What did I miss? Like 3 or 4 pieces there? It's not a big deal. I'm already getting way more sugarcane than I'll ever need in my life. So honestly, I'm not gonna struggle swimming through water just to get that kind of stuff. I mean, right now, if I look in this chest, I've got, look at this. I think I could make a book or 2 with that, so it's not a big deal. Let's see, I will dig out a room there. How wide did I make this room? I kind of want it the same size, more or less. So 2, and it goes, I don't know how many blocks that way. It doesn't have to go the same length, I guess. But I'd like it to keep it the same width of room. What's this? Eh? Oh, just, I guess there were some resources there. And do I have any torches? Yes. Yes, I do. I will light this up. How far up does it go? By 1? Yeah. I'll do the same thing. Make it go up by 1 as well. There we go. And just start digging this out. Now, like I said, I do have a topic to talk about. This is a topic that I've recorded probably 5 times now. I know, and actually, depending on just how bad this sound quality of this recording is, I might even have to do it a sixth time. Can't even say 6th. I don't know how the word 6th is going to come out on the mic too. So this is a pretty good sound test. I'm using a lot of words that can have a mic struggle, if you know what I mean. Like they'll be good tests. If you're ever testing a mic, you know what the best word for testing is? Test. That one, it peaks it very, very high. And yeah, it's a good test. Test is a good test. What do you know? But I've tried and tried and tried to get the right words out for this recording. And I was talking to Liam about it, and he said to me, like, Poet, you know what? If you can't get it right after 5 times, maybe it's your brain telling you that, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be talking about this. Maybe you should just put it aside. Maybe you should just forget about it and that kind of thing. But I do want to talk about it. I really do. So I will keep trying. I really will. And we'll see what we can do. But before I get to that, there are some donations. Oh, God. Some donations. Die. So many times I've walked in here and seen a creeper. Oh, it's just been terrible. It's just been terrible. I don't know if I remember, because, like I said, I recorded 5 different times, so lots has happened. Did I show you guys that I died again? I can't remember. I'm at 10 deaths now. I don't remember if that was in a video or not so far. But I was actually walking out. No, it mustn't have been, because I died when I was doing this recording the second time. So I died again. That sucks. So I lost everything. Everything that was in my inventory. The picks, the diamond axes, the diamond shovels, the armor that I had, all the armor that I had, all the resources I was carrying. I lost it all. Dave was very, very kind in giving me these 2 picks. They're Iron Silk Touch and Iron Fortune 3. I will gladly take those. And of course, a diamond pick is what I found laying around. And this armor is just what I found laying around. But we got 2 donations. Emperor Zakarta, $3. And H. Lear. Wait, is that right? Did I do that right? Wait. Why would I put first initial? I think I might have just accidentally did, like, instead of first name, last initial, I did it backwards. Oops. Well, I hope you don't mind that. $5. Thank you. I really hope that I didn't screw that up. I think I probably did. I feel bad about it now, but whatever. You know what? That is what it is. Now, there was another, I think, 2 donations as well that I just, I didn't have time to write them down. So I think that they are donations for in this room. But I wanted to also explain what this room's going to be. Actually, I should probably put a sign to that effect just so I remember what some of these are. But this is going to be the Dino donor room. And essentially, everybody who donated during my live stream event that I had a live stream event, if you don't know, where I raised money for water.org. 100% of the proceeds of that charity live stream are going to the charity, none to me. So it meant a lot. We raised $440, which is just unbelievably stellar. And every single person who donated, regardless of whether they're already in that room or that room or that room, everybody who donated will go into this Dino donor room, which we're going to probably have to dig way far out because I think we had several more than can normally fit in one of those rooms. So that is super amazingly awesome, stellar, great, perfect, outstanding. It was excellent. It was just excellent. Can't speak well enough about it. So anyway, the topic. Let's get on to the topic. The topic I wanted to talk about was actually not so much plagiarism of work or copyright stolen work, but something that I find very similar and I hold almost as dear. And that is basically copying of an idea. Now, there are many standpoints to this. I don't know really yet how I feel about it. I'm fairly certain I feel bad about it. In fact, I'm positive I do. But I know at the same time, I usually keep an open mind and I can kind of see the good and bad to it. So again, I'll, like usual, if I could actually not stutter and get the right words out. Like usual, I will try to give both sides of the argument. Well, more or less. I have a pretty opinionated side to this one. So I wanted to get that one out, of course. But acknowledge that I do see that maybe no ill will was meant by it. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. That, you know what, I could be wrong. And that's usually what I say to everything is, you know what, I think I'm right. But I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong. Like, I'm not afraid to have my opinion changed and change my mind and admit that I'm wrong. So, but it takes a lot of convincing to make me think otherwise, obviously. Now, what happened recently? And I decided at first, I mean, like I say, I recorded this, how many times did I say? 5 or 6 times? I think this is the 6th time. And in those 6 times, the story has changed slightly over time. Me deciding whether I was going to name names or protect the alleged, or, you know, whatever. I was either going to throw them under the bus or I was going to just kind of let bygones be bygones. And I think that the more mature thing is to let bygones be bygones and not mention their name. But it's pretty obvious. Like, I talked to a few people who follow my channel and watch my stuff and that kind of thing, and they were almost immediately able to tell who it was just by my description of how it all went. But honestly, what I'll say right now is fact, and that's, I don't mean any ill will, because I do intend to be the bigger person, and I actually think that it's quite sad what someone did. I mean, that's of course assuming that they meant some ill will by it, but we'll get to that. We'll get to all of that. Now, what I want to say is that if you do figure out who it is, not to go and attack them. I mean, that's the choice that I just made, is that I won't attack them. It would be ridiculous if you then went against that and then went and started harassing them. I've always said, like, the people who view my videos, they're not that kind of person. They don't do that. They don't go out there and attack people, whether it's justified or not. We're the good guys here. We don't attack people. We defend what's right. by just holding true to our values. Sounds very cheesy, doesn't it? But honestly, it's what I believe in. I mean, it's easy to go and harass someone when they've done wrong, but it's a much better thing to hold your head up high and acknowledge what someone else did wrong and know that you were in the right, and just acknowledge that and just know that. And I mean, I don't know. It still makes me feel good to get it off my chest now, telling you guys about it, but not acting on it, you know? It's just, you know, why? What good would it do, honestly? I don't know the other person, so, you know, what good is it to me if they feel bad about it? It's not going to change how I feel about it, and they're certainly not going to remove the videos, because this is about videos. I haven't even told you guys what it's all about. It's about videos, and an idea I had for a video. Essentially, the whole story, in a nutshell, is that I came up with a series, and another YouTuber, a very well-known YouTuber who's just about as big as I am on YouTube. In fact, he's probably going to surpass me very soon. If he hasn't already, I honestly don't know. But what he's gone and done, I had a series that I started to make. And this was a very unique series. If you're familiar with all of my series, like I said, this is why it's easy if you really wanted to know who it was. It's easy enough to figure out who they are just by the way that, you know, I don't have that many series to look at to figure out who it was. But honestly, like I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about going after them. Just hold your head up high. Anyway. I had a series, and it was a very unique series. I've said this also in my YouTuber related chats, is that you got to find a unique something, whatever that unique thing is. And when you find that unique thing, you got to just broadcast the crap out of it. You just got to embrace it, love it, cherish it. And that's what I did. I had a very unique series that I loved. And it's different if, and this is what everybody, the other YouTubers I've told, it's different if you go and take the same game as me or something. So, like, I can make a Minecraft video, you can go and make a Minecraft video, even if I did one first. I can make a video on, I don't know, the latest Blue's Clues video game. I'm just throwing a name out there. And you can go and do the same Let's Play on the same series. Like, that's fine. That is totally fine. But sticking with Blue's Clues, say I created an idea where instead of playing along with the guessing games of Blue's Clues or something like that, I instead make a game counting the number of times that the main character says a certain word. And I make that my little mini game within a game. This is probably a very bad example of what you should do. But what I really mean, here's a better example. I'll take Minecraft, because Minecraft is very heavily modified and stuff like that. There's lots of custom game modes and stuff like that. Say I create my own mini game within a game. And you go and you do the exact same mini game within the game. Because that's what happened. I created a game within a game, and this other YouTuber who does the same kind of videos went ahead and did the exact same thing. He did the same thing, knowing full well that I had done the videos first. Now, like I say with other games and stuff, that's not such a big deal. But this was something that I was really, really, really proud of. Something that I really cared about. I was passionate about. And they took the game and they made almost the identical same thumbnails. And they also made very similar gameplay footage. They used the same game to do it. And it just kind of took everything that I had created and worked hard to invent and then said, well, I'm not going to do all that work. I'm just going to take this guy's idea and do the same thing and make money from that. And that, to me, it really hurts to see that happen. Because this is someone who I did have a lot of respect for. It's nobody that I know, before you start throwing names out there, and please don't. But it's nobody that I know. It's someone who I, at first, would have really liked to have known. I actually wanted to possibly set up a collaboration, but the second that... It was actually Liam who brought me to the attention... Who brought the stuff to my attention, the videos in question to my attention. Where am I going? I'm trying to get to Magnius's house. Liam and I were actually talking about how I wanted to do a collaboration about him. And Liam said to me, like, oh, that's strange. She has this video. And he mentioned this video that I do. And it was just kind of like this moment of, wait, what? Because that's a custom series of mine. That's something that nobody else has. If he's doing that, then he's blatantly gone to my channel and copied the idea. There's no way that we would have both the same idea. That's just... There's statistical improbability, and then there's this. It's like... It's just not possible. Okay? So... Really, what could I do? The problem is that it takes money away from me. It takes food out of my mouth, is how I look at it. And honestly, that is the truth of it. Is that I was getting a certain amount of viewership for being the only one who had that series, and now, because of this other YouTuber, I'm no longer the only one who has a series like that. He also does. So, oops, sheep. So anyway, that splits the viewership, because you'll get people who, why would I watch this video when, you know, I can just go to this other guy's channel and see it? Or if they've already seen it on his, why would I go and see it on Poet's? You know, this is the way that it goes. And the unfortunate thing, I'm trying to look for a cow, if you didn't know. I really want cows. I got a cow back home, but that's only one. I want to get at least two. Anyway, it's really a matter of respect, because if I have to get to the core, I mean, because I've gone and looked at his videos in the past, because we do share a lot of the same kinds of videos. We really do. It's just kind of a fact. He makes the same videos as me, and up until now, I've always thought, well, you know what? It's got to be just a random fluky chance. I started doing this series. He started doing the same series. I started another one. He started the same one. And even it's gone the other way, where I start a series and then I just do a random YouTube search and, oh, he's already doing one. So, you know, things like that happen frequently, quite frequently. And I've always said, like I say, it's random chance up until now. Now, if I see him do a series that I'm already doing, I'm going to just automatically assume that he's taken the idea, because he's that kind of person. He really is that kind of person. There aren't any cows here, are there? So, one of the biggest problems is that I had to lose all respect for him. I would never do a collaboration with him again. No. I was going to do one. I really wanted to. I really, really, really wanted to, but would never even consider it now, just because of the way that I feel like I was treated. Is you can't have respect to, you know, when you see someone's created a unique idea, to not just take it. That's kind of crappy. And I mean, you can look at other Minecraft series and stuff where, for example, the UHC, which was, I think, first started by the Minecraft guys. They had someone make them a custom mod. That's different in that the mod was released to the public with the intention of everybody doing it, you know? And it's not like we went, or anybody who did the UHC for that matter, went and recreated that mod from scratch and just said, yep, this is ours now. We made it. No reference to the other guys at all. The guy who made the original mod. Nope, who cares? This is ours. And I don't know, it's just kind of crummy that there's this lack of respect in the way that I was treated. And actually, I had a pretty good example of kind of respect in the industry, because quite often when I do a series, I will first go through other YouTubers who have done the same series. I'll do a YouTube search and I'll see, okay, who's done it? If I know the guy, or if we share the same kind of audience, I will more often than not either not do the series, I just won't do it, or if I do the series, I will first ask them. A pretty good example, I'm not going to reveal what it is yet because I haven't done the series yet, but actually I'll go back in time, and I've mentioned this all the time, and in fact people can quote me on this story quite easily, is Challenge Accepted Inc. With their Pixelmon series, which is their bread and butter. It's their biggest series now. I honestly, I'm not running in a straight line just talking. I am actually actively looking for a cow. I have been this whole time. But anyway, Challenge Accepted, they started their Pixelmon series, but before they did that, they saw that I was doing one, and they had the courtesy to go to me and say, hey, Poet, do you mind if we do one first? Similar thing happened with a lot of the people now who have done dinosaurs have gone and asked me, you know, hey, Poet, you're doing dinosaurs, can I do that too? And one of the other things is, the other day, like I said, I wasn't going to reveal the series, I still won't, but there was a series that a friend of mine that you guys all know, he's doing a series, has been for a while, and I went to him and I said, hey, you know what? I was really thinking of adding this content to my channel. What do you think? And he was actually pretty thrilled about it. And, you know, just to get their blessing on it means the world of difference. And it's about respect, you know? I respect what he does, and so I show him respect by asking him. Or by avoiding it. I could have easily just not done it, and that would have equally have been respectful, I think. Come on, April. Don't you have a cow? Don't you have any cows? Madam Olivia? Oh, that cow is still at my base. That was the cow that's over there. Oh, man. Where's a cow? Nobody has one. I'm gonna go... You know who has them? Is MK. I think she has some. But anyway, it's about respect. This is the whole complaint I have, is that there was no respect. If you had asked me first, or just avoided it completely, that would have been respectful. But to blatantly just copy the series, that's crap. That is just plain crap, and you're doing it for the views, and you should feel ashamed. You know, to steal someone else's views like that, it's kind of crap. I don't know. Like I say, there are two perspectives to it. I can see that, you know, what we do with a certain series can be quite limiting. You can't always come up with very unique ideas. Maybe you see someone doing something and think, oh, I could make this better. But I would be very quick to disagree that it's any better. And I would be very quick to agree that it was only done just to take the views that I normally would have had from those searches. Just like this same person also started doing Minecraft, a series that I do in Minecraft, and again was just, I thought at the time was sheer coincidence, but was blatantly stealing it as well, I imagine. Which is kind of unfortunate that they're doing that kind of thing. What else? I watched a interview with Ricky Gervais and Larry David, two very funny comedians that I really enjoy. And I watched this interview that they had together. And one of the things that really actually was very, it kind of was topical in a way, was that they said, oh, I often watch your show, and I saw you did this one bit, and I thought to myself, oh man, I wish I had thought of that first. And that was exactly how it was worded. Was, oh man, I wish I had thought of that first. Take these cows, borrow some cows. I bred a bunch. Actually, I'll breed a bit more, just so that it's fair. I don't want to just steal cows, out of respect. I'll breed some sheep too, why not? Anyway, come on, cows. Come on, Mr. Moo cows. Larry David and Ricky Gervais were talking, and one of them said, oh, I saw your show and I really liked one of these jokes. I really wish that I had thought of that first. Because it seems like it's a much bigger deal, especially in the television industry, to blatantly take an idea and copy it. Like, it's almost the biggest faux pas, the biggest no-no, the biggest you can't do that. If you were to see a comedy show and then go on to another comedy show and they have the exact same bit, and this is kind of how I relate the whole thing, because I feel that my show was unique and they've just gone and copied the same show. So it would be like if Saturday Night Live came up with a bit about some man down by the river, and then Mad TV, which is a similar show, came up with their own skit, and the skit had to do with a man down by the river. It would just be... They would just get flamed over it. They would just get... I don't know. They would be flogged for it, for doing something that terrible, copying another idea. And I think that's kind of the point that they were making. Larry David said it. Is that, oh, I wish I had thought of that first. Because they have that mutual respect. Where if one of the comedians had come up with the joke first, you're not going to go and make the exact same joke and pretend it was your own. Because your jokes are what make you who you are as a comedian. And likewise, my series, the series are what makes me who I am in this industry. So if someone's going to come along and just start taking all my series, every single series I do, yeah, maybe they'll get the same amount of views that I get. And maybe they'll be as successful as I am. Because after all, you're literally reinventing the wheel. You're recreating the exact same equation that I've worked hard to perfect, without actually doing any of the work involved. So, I mean, that's kind of my whole argument about it. Like I said, there is another side to it, and you can run out of ideas and have to borrow ideas from someone else in the terms of what series to try to do, how you do your thumbnails, what kind of intro music you do, what kind of annotations you use. Those are all minor things. But when it comes to like just taking not only the series idea, but literally copying the unique series that doesn't exist already, that's crappy. That is really crappy. So I mean, that's the whole argument. I'm gonna start talking in circles again if I keep going, so I'm gonna stop there. But I'm interested to hear kind of what your perspectives are. I know that in the comments of this person's videos, I have seen a lot of people kind of calling them out on it, more or less. Saying, hey, Poet did this first. Or someone saying, oh, you should really check out Poet's videos, innocently, like he doesn't already know. The sad truth is that he does know. And I do know that he knows because he's actually talked about me in one of his or two of his videos. So, that's kind of the... I'll just keep saying the same things again and again if I keep talking. That it's just crummy. So, like I said, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about it, what your opinion is of it, especially those of you who do make YouTube videos, what your opinion is of it, whether you would ever stoop so low as to just take somebody's idea and run with it, try to make it your own, especially without giving any credit. And yeah, that's what I'd like to hear about, because I can't be the only one who's frustrated by this kind of thing, especially when it's someone as large as I am, like someone in subscriber count as large as I am. If it was someone with 200 subs and they were making kind of like an homage, if you will, a video inspired by me where they do the same type of thing, and there's really no huge monetary benefit from that, that would be something. But this guy's literally getting the exact same amount of views as I am on his videos, and that kind of just makes the impact that much worse. So I'd like to kind of hear what the perspective is from YouTubers and stuff, and from the viewers, whether or not that would at all detriment you watching someone, you know. I assume that people now could come along and say that I copied him. They don't know. They can look at the dates all they want, but they won't. They're going to be lazy about it. I know that. And that's the risk that I now have to take, is that, you know, suddenly my unique idea that I found is not unique. What I now have to do is just work harder to make mine better than his, and work to also find more unique ideas. Because what else can I do except let someone take the food from my mouth? So that's kind of where we're at. Thank you guys for watching. I will get all of those donations done hopefully in the next video or so. I'm gonna grab some signs and go with it. Come on, cows, you can make it up. Come on. Note to self, make a stairway for cows. There we go. I'm gonna get all the donations done, and then we're gonna be able to kind of dress it up a little bit. In fact, I may do that first, is start making the room look appropriate, make it look nice before I start putting all the names in it, because otherwise I'll just have to undo everything, and that would be even more work. I think I lost the baby cow, but that's okay. I really just want the adults more than anything. Come on in here. And for now, I'll just put a piece of dirt to block them in. I could just put a fence gate, but there we go. I could put a fence gate, but with me having to move animals back and forth, it's easier if I just break that every time, because they can fit in. Alright, so we're going to end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and do all those other awesome things that people do. Leave me a comment about your perspective on someone copying a unique idea. And also, I'd like to hear what you thought of the new microphone, which will be used for, like I say, times when I have to sing, times when I have to speak more clearly, times when a microphone that is good is actually worthwhile. So hopefully you guys like it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.